Let's take a moment and talk about the collapse nodes function inside of Unreal Engine and what we can use it for. To collapse all of these nodes into a single node, simply select them, then right-click on one of the nodes, and then go down to Collapse Nodes. And this will collapse all of those nodes into a single node. You can think of this kind of like a macro that is found right down here. It's also kind of like its own event graph at the same time. So all of the nodes that we had and all the previous logic is now found within this. You can actually hover over it to see like an image capture of what it does. If I double click on it, I will open up this view where I can see all of the code that we collapsed into the single node. I can also go through this view from the graph section by just double clicking on the collapse graph. I can go between these quite easily like this. The reason for doing this is for organizational purposes, but you also get access to inputs and outputs for this particular node. So in here, I can add an input for like, say I can add a Boolean parameter. And then when I press compile, I have all of this previous logic in here, plus the input here, and I can attach that to the output. I can add an execution pin as well, I think. Yeah, there you go, an execution pin. Let's put that at the top. And we now have this single node that does a bunch of logic and also has an execution pin and can do other things. I personally don't really like these, or don't really find much of a use case for them. There might be some useful way of using them, but I personally really haven't found a use case for it. And they used to break quite a lot back in, maybe 7-8 years ago when I was using them. So just be aware of that. You can change the name up here, and you can also change the instance color, so you can make this blue, and it's blue. I hope this was helpful and sort of gave you an understanding of what you can use this for and how it works. Again, I personally prefer to have all of my nodes visible in here, or just make an additional new event graph for keeping different logic in different places. But I hope this was helpful to you and that you find some use case for it. All right, thank you for watching and have a good one. Bye.